Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing my week 1 back on my new weight loss and health journey recap and review. I'm gonna be trying to do one of these every week just to help keep myself on track, give you guys an update, what's working, what I want to change or add moving forward, as well as a weekly weigh-in. I feel like when I'm sharing my weekly weigh-ins, it's a little bit more pressure on myself to stay true and on plan. I know I've heard from a lot of you guys that you like seeing like weekly updates or monthly updates as well. And I'll do a month update to share like more progress in regards to like measurements, side-by-side pictures, that kind of stuff when it comes to like the weight loss aspect of my journey. But I think a little week-to-week check-in is great if you're someone who follows the Weight Watchers or WW plan and you've done in-person meetings before. I know a lot of people say those in-person meetings once a week help them to stay on track. I've only ever done the online only option of WW with my own like self-accountability. So you guys are kind of my weekly meeting and self-accountability. As a disclaimer, I am not sponsored by WW. I've never worked with them in any official capacity. It's just the program that I chose to do 3 years ago now. It worked really great for me. I lost 80 pounds the first time I did it over 1.5 years. So it's been a program since it worked for me. It's the only thing that has in the past worked and stuck. I have maintained a 50-pound loss since that initial go on WW. So it's something I'm going back to because I know it's worked for me before in the past. This year, however, I'm doing a little twist on it. I'm trying to focus not just on weight loss in my life, but having an overall healthy balance. I'm using an idea of 5 pillars of health, including mindset, movement, nutrition, stress management, and sleep. I've realized over the course of this first week being on this new plan for myself, I may not necessarily get every single one of those 5 pillars of health in every single day. The ones that are daily goals for me include sleep, trying to get 8 hours of sleep a day, which if you guys are following my vlogs from last week was a struggle at the beginning of the week. I was having some issues where I was waking up in the middle of the night, like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, and being awake all the way until like 6 a.m., falling asleep for another half hour before my kids woke up, and having to just roll with my day, feeling very drained and tired. I will say my sleep has mostly corrected itself. It must have just been like a weird adjustment. It could be due to the fact that I changed a bunch of stuff with my eating patterns and everything else, and just sometimes getting into a new routine, your body kind of goes out of whack for a hot second. But luckily over the weekend, I started getting more restful sleep. I still struggle to go to sleep at the beginning of the night, like making myself wind down and like try to fall asleep by 10:30 can be a struggle sometimes, but I have been sleeping through the night, so I will take that as a stride in the right direction. Other daily goals that I have in the nutrition category are staying on my WW plan, sticking to my 46 points a day, which is what I have allotted to myself in the app. And I'm happy to say for the last week, I have stayed within my points. I've either stayed within my daily points or within those bonus weeklies. I did use my weeklies last week. I don't always do that when I'm following WW. I will dip into them for like special occasions and things, but I find that having them as kind of that safety net and backup, knowing that you're still staying on plan, but you have a little breathing room, especially the first few weeks getting back in the swing of things being on WW, getting used to my portion sizes being smaller again, reaching for more 0-point healthy snack options. I find using those weeklies my first couple weeks is really helpful into like easing my way back into the plan. So I stuck within my points for the week. I did use most of my weeklies. I think by the last day I had a few rollover points, because if you don't use all of your daily points, I believe it's up to 4 points a day can roll over into your weeklies from unused daily points. So I did end up having a few left over at the end of the week, but I used most of my weeklies. And then the other part to my nutrition that I'm trying for a daily goal in is to get at least 100 grams of protein. And I was trying to get in 30 grams of protein within like 30 minutes of waking up for the day. So getting my body started with some hearty protein to get my energy going and to get something in my body before coffee. I did pretty good last week on that. I ended up resorting mostly to using protein shakes for that because I just was not ready to cook yet. Also, we are just kind of transitioning now. Lila is officially back in school as of today. Her winter break is over. So our morning routine is totally back upside down from what it was over winter break. So me taking a minute to eat before everything else has kind of been difficult. We're getting in a new swing of things though. So moving forward, I want to keep that idea of 30 grams a day in like the first 30-ish minutes of waking. I actually found that it's really quite easy for me personally to get to 100 grams of protein a day just from what I'm eating on the WW plan. But based on like some other research I was doing, and for my current body weight, my starting weight at the beginning of the week was 320 pounds point something. I'm actually going to up my protein goal to 120 grams per day. And then the other daily goal is my movement pillar. And you guys have followed me on the start of a new journey using a rebounder for the first time, which is like an exercise trampoline. It's supposed to be really easy on your joints. It's been so much fun. That was the number one thing I wanted to find with movement this year, was finding fitness activities that were fun to do. Something that I would want to do every day. Make sure I'm getting it in every day. Not feeling like such a chore that I had to do. I do love to go walking. The weather's been hit and miss. We went on a really nice long walk this morning, Nora and I, after Lila went to school. It was cold, but we did it. We bundled up. And then actually I got on the rebounder right after that. That's why, sorry, my hair is a little wet. I just got out of the shower after I put her down for a nap. And now she's still sleeping, so I'm able to talk to you guys for like a hot second. So I've still been trying to go on walks daily and get walking into my daily routine. But then I also added doing 10 minutes on my rebounder. Something I added partway through the week was doing at least a 5-minute stretch before and after. Getting on the rebounder with my body kind of cold from having been sitting with the kids in the playroom or sitting at my desk working on editing. I was worried that I was feeling tight, and I was relating that as soreness from starting the rebounder, but I think I was just feeling tight, and having started stretching beforehand and doing a little stretch afterwards has totally helped resolve the soreness I was feeling in my legs. And then I also talked about the soreness in my core, and that I think was just me getting used to it. I don't use a rebounder that has a stability bar, so I am doing a lot of work with my core to keep my balance, which is, you know, one of the benefits to that kind of a workout. It's a full body workout, even though you're just jumping on a trampoline. So I'm continuing on with my 30-day rebounder challenge. I'm gonna have a whole separate video kind of detailing the ups and downs of that journey, but I am trying to work my way up to my total daily goal of 20 minutes a day on the rebounder. So I started the first week at 10 minutes a day. This week, I'm bumping that up to 15 minutes a day. I do take a break after like 4-ish minutes, just for like a little less than a minute. I keep myself moving by walking. I drink some water, and then I get back on and continue the workout. So this week I'm upping that to 15 minutes a day and continuing to get some walking in daily. Mindset is something I try to do daily. I haven't gotten it in every day, but just trying to do something that puts me in a relaxed and positive mindset, whether that is doing a quick 15-minute yoga video following along on YouTube, or a breathing exercise, meditation, guided listening videos, or I was occasionally reading a devotional book that I have that I've been working through. Something that kind of just reminds me to stop, take everything in, find the positive, and kind of find a way to be my own cheerleader. Mindset can be super important when you're going through a health journey, and I feel like I personally have gone through times where my mindset hasn't been positive, it hasn't been behind fully what I'm doing. I haven't been fully committed, and I never succeed when my mind is in that place. So having that daily kind of refocus time and finding the positive in things, I think is going to be pivotal for me on this new renewed journey. Again, I think there was 1 or 2 days that just got so crazy and so busy, I ended up just going to bed and crashing. But I've been trying to do that either first thing in the morning when I wake up, if I have a minute. But to be honest, if I don't wake up and set an alarm before the kids wake up, and it's right into the day of getting Nora out of her crib and getting them situated, or Lila up and now dressed and ready for school. Josh does help me with the kids in the morning. You know, he takes Lila to school in the morning, so he's around and we're tag teaming stuff, but he's also getting himself ready for work. So the mornings are a little bit crazy until we kind of sink back into a good rhythm. I am thinking about starting to try and set an alarm so I'm up half an hour before the kids, so I have that 30 minutes where I can drink a protein shake, do a little mindset check-in to start my day off. So that's my goal. We just gotta get back in the groove of it. And then for the last pillar of stress management, I think I've been doing really well. I've been trying to find little things each and every day that can just be like a 10 to 15 minute time for me to feel like I can just let go of everything in my headspace, breathe, and enjoy doing something. Some nights that was playing a board game with Lila. The girls and I enjoy sitting down coloring together, although I do think I need to take better advantage now that Lila's back in school and it's just Nora home with me during the day when she's napping, trying to take that stress management time for myself during her nap time, because there's nothing else going on. I'm usually editing or cleaning up dishes or like getting some stuff done around the house that's easier to do when she's, you know, not under my feet the whole time. So I think trying to make myself stop in the middle of all of those things going on though, and just taking that 15 minutes for myself will be a good reset in the middle of the day for me. So one thing I actually want to go out and do is buy a new paint by numbers. This was something I actually enjoyed doing back in like college. I would love doing like just like little paint by numbers, and they just let my mind go, and I enjoyed painting, but it wasn't like something I had to think through and choose colors. It was all chosen for me and I could just mindlessly do like an art project. So I think I'm gonna go pick one of those up, just something small that I can keep tucked out of the way on the counter to the side when the kids are around, and just pull it out, do a little like 10-15 minute art situation, and then move on with my day. I think we're gonna try that this week. That's kind of how my 5 pillars went on week 1, back on Weight Watchers, back on my new 5 pillars of health plan for 2024. Moving forward into week 2, I'm upping my protein to 120 grams a day. I'm trying to move my bedtime earlier so I have that time to decompress and fall asleep and still get 8 hours of sleep before trying to set my alarm and waking up a bit earlier at 6, so I have time to get myself situated for the day before the kids wake up. I'm still sticking on my WW plan. I still have 46 points a day. We're gonna try out a paint by numbers for some stress management this week. And I'm still not settled on what I'm doing for mindset. I've been trying a bunch of different things, so we'll keep exploring that area, but I'm still gonna try and get that in every day. Hopefully something in the morning though, so I can start my day off with that positive mindset instead of waiting till the end of the evening before going to bed to reset. So now the big results. I did weigh in for my 1 week weigh-in. Last week on January 1st, 2024, I weighed in at 320.6 pounds. That was my starting weight for this new journey for the year. And 1 week in, January 8th, 2024, I weighed in at 317.2 pounds. That's a loss of 3.4 pounds in 1 week. I'm very happy with that. That's more than a typical weekly weight loss, I think, for me, that I would expect. I know some people throw some huge numbers their first week on a weight loss plan, but I also think that's when you're going from one extreme way of eating to another. And because I've done WW before, I feel like I loosely follow a lot of the same ways of eating. Just when I'm not on plan, I'm not double checking my portions, and extra sweets and things are more prevalent in my diet. But I feel like before getting back on plan, I was still eating pretty healthy most of the time. So I feel like that's when you see a super extreme case. Like when I first started WW, that first round of that journey when I lost 80 pounds, I do remember I had like an 8-pound loss week 1. And that also has to do with how much overall you have to lose. I probably have at least 100 to 150 pounds left to lose on my journey. I'm not putting an exact goal number out there because I'm just trying to take this one day at a time and see where I can get to. I obviously have a significant amount I still want to lose, but because I do have a larger amount of weight I can lose, a bigger number that first week is not that surprising. So I'm very happy, almost 3.5 pounds down in just 1 week. I have felt like it was really sustainable, the way I was eating and the amount of points I had. Getting movement in daily, it was definitely something I had to think about and make sure I scheduled into my day, my workout time. But this year, we are thinking about ourselves. We're putting some effort into ourselves and our self-care and doing what's right for us, in addition to taking care of my family and my kids, which is also what I love to do in my life. So I'm very happy with that week 1 loss. Thank you guys so much for all the support you've given me on the videos I've been sharing. Sharing multiple videos a week is actually very helpful for me in keeping me motivated, keeping up my accountability. So I thank you guys for being my accountability partners on this new journey. I hope I can be there for you guys as well. Please let me know in the comments if there's any specific kinds of videos or recipes or ideas you want me to talk about in upcoming YouTube videos. Yesterday I went grocery shopping and I filmed a grocery haul as well as my full weekly meal plan for week 2 here on the WW plan, and that'll be my next video out. So make sure you are subscribed. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed today's video. Thanks again so much for following me on this journey, and until next time, bye. I always do. I never think, I always do. Never
Never thought I would.